Hello, everyone. Happy July 4th. Thank you for joining us today. We know you're out in the beach or the pool or the river or the lake, right? Where we should be, where we'll go back to. But we wanted to put on our podcast, as we always do on this beautiful Independence Day, and say hello to all of you and give you some real estate stats and talk a little bit about summer real estate. So thank you for joining us. I'm Kristen Rabell.
And I'm Rebecca Johnson.
Yay. Happy Independence Day. We'll get into that a little later. But we do have our Monday market moment.
All right. Welcome back. And we are going to take a look at May versus June for 2022 to see what's going on in this market. So we'll start in Gainesville. So for the month of May, there was 437 closed. In June, you had 307 closed with 289 pending and 168 active. So strong month. May was busier than June, obviously, in Gainesville, or what there was more sold. Sorry, I don't know why my voice is so squeaky, guys.
Looks like it's kind of like that all the way around, though.
I know.
You keep looking.
Yeah, so we'll jump over here to St. Augustine and take a look. May, they had 50 closed. June, they had 43. With alternatively, they had 107 active since January 1st through June. Looking at July.
No, I think those are the months. The active is 107 June, pended 27, and
well, in
43
St. Augustine,
closed.
I thought in St. Augustine,
Oh, the
at
actives,
MLS.
Yeah. You're right.
And then June has 27 pending.
It's confusing, but yes.
I know. They're the weird MLS. All right. And then heading down to Ocala, May, they had 671 closed. And in June, they had 563 closed, 547 pending, and 485 active so far for the month of June. So, I mean, you're kind of seeing it across the board. Mm-hmm. I wonder if the interest rates, when they started to tick up in May, slowed people down a little bit because they wanted to see what would happen price-wise and rate-wise. And I also just think it's still inventory.
I do think it's a big part of the rate changes. I know that quite a few of our customers or realtors that we're dealing with, it's not they've had to close differently with FHA loan versus the conventional loan. So they're having a little bit of issues with, getting maybe these June closings were supposed to occur, but now they're going into July. Which I know we're in July, and we'll see a little more closings that were supposed to happen in June because they've had to extend them with the changing of conventional to FHA. I know last week on one day we had 3 of them have to change from conventional to FHA, and they were houses between 350 to 625 that changed over to FHA. So it doesn't mean just the low end homes. If it's FHA approved and they can change it over and get a better rate or a better, debt to income ratio, then they would change it. There's just a little bit of change with an appraisal. They're able to still close it on time, but they just need that for the most part, but they just need that extension of closing. So I think that's probably across the board with a lot of them, but I think it's definitely the raised rates that has caused it. And we have a little bit more inventory. I know the last numbers I looked at was 2.5 months. I'm not sure if it's changed from last week. So, but as we know, a healthy market is like 5 months of inventory.
Yeah, you typically want 3 to 4 months, or more like 4 months to be more healthy.
Right.
Which is
so you have a
what
little
we
bit of a
used to
buyers,
see,
a little bit of a sellers.
It used to be, 90 days was normal to get your home listed and sold, and you did, you marketed it and stuff. So it is definitely transitioning.
And the median days on the market is still about 5. Of course, it's faster in some areas than others. So with houses going really fast, even if they come back on because of changes or difficulties, they're still going fairly quickly. And so that keeps that inventory low. So I think what you said earlier about the inventory low, it's true.
Perfect. And then down here in Tampa, you have for the month of May, 1,088 closed. I was going to say sold. Can't read. I don't know. And then June, you had 948 closed, 877 pending, and 874 active for the month of June.
Very close numbers, and they're all. I mean, Gainesville's active and pending are very different. Same with Ocala. I won't get into St. Augustine because that's a little wonkier there, but the Tampa area. Look at those numbers, active and pending, very close. So I wonder why that one is so much different, but it is still considered a bigger city with lots more going on, and a lot of more people are buying there, moving there. So, and maybe even moving away, but mostly moving there. So yeah, looks like it. All right. Well, cool numbers. Love seeing the, month versus the other month. So that's always telling for us. So yeah. So what are you doing on July 4th?
I'm doing the podcast.
You're doing the podcast, right? And any water excitement? No?
I'm just going to catch some fireworks,
Okay.
but I know that the month of July does bring in, or the summer months in Florida, brings in an exciting event for most Floridians.
And what is that?
That's the start of scalloping season.
Yay. In our area, I think in Florida, there's 5 zones, right? So June 15th till about Labor Day started that Swanee River zone, which is really close to Gainesville. So that's the earlier one. So you get to go out scalloping on the Swanee. I think also a little bit of the Santa Fe. The Steinhatchee had already opened. So a couple of areas really close to Gainesville opened. And then this week, Friday, so July 1st.
Yeah.
That Levy, Citrus, Hernando counties, which include like Crystal River, Homosassa, Cedar Key, which is still really close. It's only an hour south of Gainesville, an hour north of our Tampa area, maybe an hour and a half north of that. So that's another great area that opened. There's another area that opens, which is Franklin, the Northwest Taylor County, which is up near like Carabel.
Yeah.
Right, so up in the Panhandle
area.
That's not very close for us, but anybody who's up there in the Panhandle, this is a great time to scallop because it started July 1st, and that goes until September. Both of those areas goes till September 24th. So lots of fun. We've written a blog about it. We've had a blog written about it. Thank you to Cassidy, one of our marketing girls, and she wrote a great one about the 2022 scalloping season dates. So if you are a scalloper, you have until, at least in our area, September 24th, Labor Day time frame to get out there. You need a boat or a friend with a boat, right? Sometimes you can go off the dock, out on the Gulf. You need a diver's flag, right? A little mesh bag, some snorkels and fins, a mask with snorkel and fins, and lots of lotion, of suntan.
You also need a state of Florida fishing license.
Oh, yes, the saltwater fishing license
Yes.
at that. Not just any, but the saltwater.
Yep.
That is true. I always have mine. Mine renews every year, so I forget to remind that, and I have like all of them just in case.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Just order all of them so
One
you're
of the
protected
greatest
from everything.
things I've done for my family is when Mason was little, before he turned 5, and I think he was only like 3, I got him the lifetime, it's like everything you can get, fishing license. And so if you start it that early, you get it for the lifetime. You never have to renew it again. And it's for saltwater, freshwater, lobstering, all of those. So it was like $500 when he was little. And got it. Cajoled my dad into paying for it for, like
Thanks, Evo.
birthday or Christmas or something for him. He was happy about that because he hates giving. He doesn't know how to give gifts. And I was like, this is perfect. And Mason's enjoyed it since. So if you have little ones, it's a great way. You go on, the Florida wildlife, whatever website. Somebody sent it to me. I don't have it on me right now. But wherever you go get your fishing license, and that's where you can find
get
it.
them at Bass Pro Shop too. But yeah, just online is super easy and you print it off. 2 other things you might want to think about: gloves.
Yeah.
And then the little tool that opens them.
Right.
So that you can shuck them.
Yep. There you go.
Or well, I don't know if they call it shucking, but that's it. The tool looks like an oyster shell. So, and what I've read on some of the coastal little Facebook groups that talk about scalloping is if you can do like 3 within a minute, you are very skilled.
They're good. Yeah.
So, But there are services that'll open it for you.
Right. And there are some beds that are easier. I think, the beginning right now, this weekend has been completely crazy because people are out. I mean, people are out for the holiday and they're out by the, at the water usually. So this weekend's usually one of the busier ones. It gets less busy during the week. Each weekend gets better, stays pretty busy. But by the end of it, come September, people are still back in school. So it gets a little less busy, but also there's less of them to find. So you got to find that perfect weekend. If you are a true scalper and you know the area, you probably know that weekend or that week or that time period.
Or where to go.
Right. And where to go, obviously, but the best days and times to go. So, but have fun out there scalloping, fishing, skiing, playing on the water,
getting your boat out of the water,
floating, obviously, like we said, today's, the 4th of July, which is a wonderful day to spend with family, with friends out. Be careful. If you're imbibing, we always want to tell you to be careful. You've probably enjoyed some of the area, fanfare. I think Williston was Friday. Gainesville was Sunday. Maybe it was Saturday and Sunday. The bike parade in Gainesville was earlier today. We have that Alachua Legacy Park amphitheater. It's probably starting in about 2 hours, the kids section. And then you have live music and then fireworks at 9:30 in Alachua, we've done that before together.
Yes. Yep.
That's fun. Archer starts now and then fireworks at sunset. So if you're in the Archer area, you can hit the fireworks then. Micanopy, was a parade earlier and then there's a bounce house fun for kids and then fireworks at 8:45. I guess it depends on the nighttime or maybe they want to set them off different times. And then Cedar Key, if you're in the Cedar Key area, you'll have, once the sunset hits, you'll have some fireworks there as well. So we don't have the other areas.
We know St. Augustine does fireworks. It's usually about 9 o'clock off the pier.
So you'll get them off the pier. Do you know the Tampa, since you're from Tampa?
Tampa, they always do them out in the bay. And then St. Pete usually has one of the better displays at their pier.
Yeah. So if you get to hit some fireworks, if you haven't seen them already, because everybody's using or playing with theirs as well. Right?
Your neighbors are they've been shooting them off all weekend. I'm sure.
St. Augustine's kind of fun because you get out to the beach next to the pier, and everybody's on the water and on the beach, and they're just shooting them off. And then you get to watch from both directions and see the fireworks go off, and then you continue with fireworks going off, and it's always fun to find a family that definitely spends some money and just to hang out next to them because they'll get it.
Yep.
I remember one time you were that family. So that was fun. Find the crazy one who doesn't mind setting off all the fireworks and have a blast. So we want to wish you all a happy Independence Day, a happy 4th of July. Stay safe, but have fun. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the remainder of the day off. Thanks for joining us today.